Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Donna, and today we are here with the amazing Brandi Vezina. How are you doing?
I'm well, thanks, Donna. Nice to see you, Tanshe. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you again. It's been a while. It's been a minute, as they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, summer in Canada was nice and warm, right?
It started off kind of cool. It was a cool spring, but yeah, it's been hot, thank goodness.
Well, we all know I'm in Florida, so I enjoy when I hear of cooler weather because, yes, my heart is with the cooler weather. It really is. Even though I do love this Florida. Yeah. So, for those who haven't met you before, let's start off with the hardest question. Who is Brandi Vezina?
Brandi Vezina
I
is
said it. Why didn't you correct me the first time? Oh my God.
fine. I like you too much, Donna. Plus, I'm a polite Canadian.
But you can tell, I don't never want to pronounce anyone's name wrong.
It's okay. I'm Brandi Vezina. I'm a singer, Métis singer-songwriter from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I come from a large musical family. I love animals. I'm vegetarian. I'm vegan, but I'm vegetarian these days. I say what I want. I work part-time as a teacher. I'm doing what I love, and it's a beautiful life. And I'm Brandi Vezina.
So everyone, Brandi Vezina, because apparently I am not allowed to pronunciate anything.
It's fine. You're good.
Love you too. So let's talk about your recent release, which came out in April, Do It Right. Tell us a little. Now, I loved it. It's a great summer anthem. Yeah. But I'm impartial. I'm kind of biased sometimes. So you tell everyone about Do It Right.
So I came into this writing session with my two favorite co-writers, Liz and Sarah, and I didn't want to write anything about relationships. I just wanted to write about having a good time with your girlfriends. Now, I'll be 10 years sober, but believe me, I was a wild thing who knew how to do things right and to the max. So it was just a collaboration of feel good energy. My best uncle he just passed away in January. So we wrote in there about the Stones on the radio and getting good snacks from the gas station and really truly just having a good time, having fun. And we all just came out of the pandemic, and I wanted people to be able to just enjoy themselves on the highway, turn it up with their friends, and it was just a really feel good song.
Absolutely. It is beautiful. And if you haven't heard it yet, go check it out after the interview. The links will be in the description as usual. So,
Thank you. Yeah.
so since we met last time, what else has been happening? Since the pandemic and everything else, have you been doing some touring and whatnot? Tell us a little bit
We
about that. Any awesome festivals this summer?
Yeah, this summer was a blast. My whole thing was this. I said, okay, this summer I just really want to have a good time performing with my band. I'm blessed to have a band. We rehearse. We get a lot of great gigs. We played here in Manitoba, Dauphin Country Fest. We played a bunch of festivals. We played our first treaty days in community, and we're moving. We're getting booked all over, and people really, our audiences and the response from people is really that they leave our shows and it's fun, and they can tell we like each other, we enjoy the music, and our fans have a really good time. So at the beginning of summer, I told myself, Brandi, my whole emphasis this summer is don't worry about dating. Don't worry about all the pressures of being a woman. You just have a good time. Enjoy making music with your band. There was some changes in my band, and there was a lot of stress come festival season because we were really booked. I thought just put that all away, pray on what you desire, and just get out there and have fun and make some really great memories. And I designed some super cute outfits. I like making my own clothing. Um, and yeah, love came into my life, and friendship and travel, and it's just this summer has been beautiful.
Wonderful. And I'm going to go back and say I'm glad that you and your band members like each other. And because I think that makes it much better when you all like each other, you know? It's sometimes I know I've heard on the tour bus, it's like a family, you're in close quarters, you're there all together. And as someone who's been in an RV for months with someone else, it does take patience if you have that moment of, whatever you want to call it, that too much of being in an enclosed area with someone. So yeah.
Boundaries. But yeah, no, my band members, I only allow people in my band who are nice, who are super talented and are cool. And anybody with a bad attitude, chop and block. They're gone.
I love that. I gotta remember to do that to everyone in our lives though, not just our big, adios. Unless we actually have to work together, then I guess we're gonna have to put up with you, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So would you like to go into our 20 crazy questions since we have some new ones?
Yes. They have stuck in my brain since last year. So let's do it. It's kind of stressful, but okay.
Okay. Well, hopefully you'll enjoy some of the newer ones. So tell me, what is your dance like nobody's watching song? The song that you absolutely have to dance to?
Beyonce's Virgo's Groove. Brand new this summer. It's just,
That's nice.
it's a go-to, 100%.
I love it. In your opinion, what is the best workout song or workout genre?
Pop and pop music, 100%.
I would agree. Need something to dance to. Okay. So I'm not sure if this has changed, but your top two favorite concerts.
Okay. For sure, SARS Fest. It was in Toronto. This is when Justin Timberlake was transitioning from NSYNC to being a solo artist. And people were throwing water bottles at him. And Keith Richards, the Stones were playing. The Stones are my favorite. And so did AC/DC. But Keith Richards was like, have some respect. And it was very badass. So I loved it. That one. And the Dixie Chicks or the Chicks. I cried. I got goosebumps and I cried. Yeah, they were amazing.
They are for sure. So do you have any guilty pleasure music? Any music that someone that doesn't know you wouldn't know you listen to? Little Hanson on the background or something, something little mbop.
No, I love rap. I love a lot of rap. And one of my favorite bands, they're Canadian and like they're really like, I don't know, they're very Canadian, but when I was little, I had a ghetto blaster or I had like a whatever. It was yellow, a cassette player, and it was the only tape I had was by Chilliwack, and I know all their songs, like all their greatest hits. Chilliwack, I love them, and I don't think many people know who they are, but I like them.
And as American, I'm going to ask, were they just a Canadian group? Yeah.
From BC, they're from BC. Chilliwack is a
Okay.
place in British Columbia.
Okay. Well, good to know. I might have to look them up now because I've never heard of them.
Do it.
Yeah. So I know you got stumped on this before. So hypothetically, if I told you, came to you and said, I have a dead body, do you know a good place?
Yeah, we'd go to the bush a couple hours away. Either we would canoe for a few hours where nobody would like, it would be very difficult, or we'd find us a peat moss and it'd be, again, a challenge for people to, yeah, I got you.
Perfect. We're good to go. Oh, so I have to tell you, I've been watching the Hulu series called Dope Sick, which is about the Oxycontin and how they were talking about. I actually heard them use the phrase zombie apocalypse to reference these people. I was like, oh wow, I wasn't even thinking of that until I saw that. So that really leads into the bad part of the zombie apocalypse. What would you do? Do you have a game plan? Because that was supposed to be zombies from the Walking Dead, those zombies, but I guess I don't know.
I like to always have at least 3/4 of a tank of gas. I got a survival kit in my vehicle where I have even like a bug jacket because in Manitoba here, like I would go with my now partner outside the city. He's from a community that it's a 5-hour plan. I would have to take all of my cats probably in pillowcases to get out of the city, to get into the car, but I always have enough gas and I have food in my survival kit and I have always wood in my trunk, but no, I'm prepped. I'm prepared.
Okay, so I'm coming to Canada, and also we're pretty sure that zombies do not like cold weather
Good.
because we've never seen a zombie movie in the cold. At least I've never seen one. So if they do like the cold and snow, let me know because that was the next game plan is Canada is probably safe in most of the year.
Now it gets deadly cold here.
Oh, do you have any jobs that you would be terrible at doing?
Anything in the medical field? Fate. Don't ask me. I am not your person. Not your person. And hardcore manual labor requiring 12-hour shifts. No, thank you. I'm not. I would no. I don't want to.
I think most of us don't want to. Yeah. So, if you won the lottery, what's the lottery game plan? What's the first thing you're doing?
Um, First, I would go away for probably 2 weeks. I would go to the bush and just rent a beautiful cabin and just ground my energy and prepare for how I would share the money. I would build, first of all, on a lake with, I would definitely have a beautiful porch and a dock and an in-ground pool. I would donate lots. I would buy land for reserve land to save for animals for the future. I would pay off all the debts of my favorite local charities, animal charities. I'd share with friends and family. I would put on maybe a festival with crazy women of country, artists that you love, bring us all together. I would do many good things. It'd be a blast.
That would be wonderful. I'm excited. I really want you to hit the lottery now. I want
Me
to see all
too.
the good things you're going to do in the world. That's all. Just, yeah. So tell me, what is the last thing you read? Or are you reading something really awesome right now?
Last amazing book that fiction novel that I read this summer was called Five Little Indians. It's about the residential school. It's not really respectful to say Indian. That's like a thing of the past. To say
Mhm.
Indigenous or First Nations now. Or what if it's Métis or Inuit, but it's about the residential school experience here in Canada. You guys had industrial schools, and five adults what as they came out of the residential school experience in the late 60s. It's phenomenal. I strongly suggest reading it. It made me cry, bawl my eyes out, but the end was just so good. I read it. It's so good.
All right. Definitely everyone check that out. I mean, I'm going to put that on my reading list for
Mhm.
sure. Okay, well, I'm not going to ask boots or heels because I think I know the answer again. It'll probably be boots, right?
You know it.
I know that. So tell me, what is your current favorite song of the week?
I really love Lizzo's Ready to Be Loved. And wait, no, just
Well,
kidding. I'm going to say two. It's a tie. And Scenes by Miranda Lambert. Scenes by Miranda Lambert, so good.
absolutely. Absolutely. You always have good music choices.
Thanks.
So, do you know who you would want to play you in a movie about your life?
She would have to look similar to me. So either like a younger version or obviously J-Lo. No.
Okay, I will
J-Lo.
call her tomorrow. We'll get her on that. We'll get her on it.
Yeah, I love her. Secret. Okay, low key. You're talking about music that's like low key what I love. J-Lo. I love her.
Perfect. And I just want to say your fur baby was funny. We're kind of standing there. All of a sudden you saw the tail like Tigger. Tail comes up and goes away. Love it. How do we not love fur babies? They're the best.
Yes, they are.
Okay. So I think I asked this one before because I really do like this question. Where's Waldo?
On a wall going towards uh, Highway 59. He's on a wall in Winnipeg here.
So he likes Canada, eh?
Yep.
Oh. So any revelations on the best thing since sliced bread?
Sliced bread with cheese and onion.
Ooh. What? Let me back up. What kind of onion? Sweet onion, regular onion, purple
Green
onion?
green onions.
Okay. Can we get that toasted?
Definitely.
Can you tell I'm getting hungry? It is that time of the day.
Same.
Oh, so what's your favorite meal to cook?
Mamma mia. Probably spaghetti. But I like to flavor it all up. So I like putting like jalapenos and peppers and onions and garlic, like all fresh from the market because it's summertime. Saute those, put them in with the spaghetti sauce, like a spicy Italian from Italy. It's a large
Yes.
ecological footprint, but delicious. With a nice salad and also cheese garlic toast.
Nice. Nice. So let me ask you a question. I know some vegetarians do eat fish and some don't. Do you eat any seafood?
Hell no.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Then never mind. Because
No, I don't.
I was going to tell you about this really awesome recipe that involves shrimp with butter and garlic. So that's, for me, that's like awesome. And spaghetti. Yeah.
Well, plus you live near the coast. You would have a lot
I
of delicious fish near you.
yes and no. It is Florida, so yes and no. We do have some really good local markets, which is where we go to get the fresh fish and the best, which is actually some of it's imported from the Northeast or wherever else, depending on the type of fish. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, just depends. Just depends. I'm a shrimp girl. I love like pretty much shrimp everything. So I feel
Bubble
like
gum.
Forrest Gump some days. Shrimp gumbo, shrimp.
Bubble gum.
Oh, okay. So I think we talked about the worst pizza topping. I don't remember though what your answer was. So what is the worst pizza topping?
Probably like an anchovy.
Okay.
I never. That sounds horrible.
No, not at all. But did you like the pineapple? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. That's what I thought. I didn't want to presume because I was like, I know I've asked a lot about this pineapple pizza and some people have told me yes, absolutely. And then I'm like, I'd asked someone again. I thought they did like it. And they're like, oh, no, no. I told you no. I'm like, oh, my bad. So
Hard, hard yes.
yes, we can have pineapple on our pizza. Now, do you have something that you wish would magically clean itself? The house, the car, the barn for the horses.
My turtle tank. I have a
Oh,
rescue turtle. I love him. I would never buy a turtle. It's a very lucrative, terrible industry. But if Squirt's tank would just magically filter and water, it would clean it. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'd be so grateful.
all right. We'll get that on. We'll make that happen. I'll place a call, and I know I'm sure that in Florida here we have someone that probably does that as a living. I'm not sure
Mm,
about Canada though, but we might see a service business blossoming in Canada. So
mhm. Good idea.
tell me something on your bucket list.
I definitely want to um, build a beautiful home on a lake. That's my bucket list for certain. And just my neck and single that's coming is all about that. But yeah, no, I want bucket list, beautiful home in the country on a lake, 100%.
Beautiful. Okay, just make sure you have the hookups for an RV, and in the summertime, I will come visit.
Come on in.
Absolutely. I have to make sure the puppies have their passports. They have little dog passports apparently. That have all records of all their shots and all that good stuff. So I'm like, oh, I must get one of those before. It makes it easy apparently traveling.
Yes, it does. So I've heard, but bring them. They're in.
They're in. Okay. Perfect. If you could be any person for the day or a position, who or what position would you want to be for the day and why?
Keith Richards, either while recording in studio or Keith Richards while on tour,
Beautiful.
because
Love it.
he's the coolest and the epitome of a rock star.
And apparently he's really nice too.
Mhm.
Just saying. So I know you've mentioned words before that you live by, but so tell us some encouraging words to live by.
Be a person of the heart. Kje Otizawin. Do all things in kindness.
It's beautiful. Love it. And now we need to go into that new single that you were mentioning. Tell us all about Gasoline, right?
Gasoline. Okay, it's releasing on September 16th. It is very much out of my comfort zone because it's extremely sultry. The video is, I'm a school teacher, okay? Like I'm a part-time school teacher, full-time artist. I have students who are age range between 6 and 27 years old. This is a very sexy song. And it's all about on again, off again relationships. The amazing artists who played on it, like Canadian Country Music Award winning bass player, producer, guitar player, drummer. Winnipeg's Joey Landreth plays keys on it. I like it. I really like it. And it's very sexy.
Well, I'm excited for it. Although I will tell you, there was someone else that did a very sexy song, and I'm like, I can't look. I'm like, it's like watching like no. Obviously, we're about the same age, give or take a few years, but they're young enough to actually be my daughter, and I'm like, I can't watch it like that. I'm like, no, do not tell me it's sexy. It's awkward, you know. But
It's not like the video is like I'm not an old prude, but
I'm not saying that at all.
it's not too like it like I always like to walk a fine line, right? Like because
Yes.
I want
Yeah.
to be a strong, beautiful, sensual woman, which I am,
Mhm.
but I don't want to go over a certain line where I'm always empowering
Yes.
the females and the students that I work with. So it's like being in charge of your sexuality and owning it
Mhm.
without being too much. So you won't
Yes.
blush. You're not going to blush.
Okay. I will let you know as soon as I see the video. I'll be like, Brandi, guess what? I didn't
Please
blush.
do.
No. No. Well, everyone, get ready for September 16th when that is released. We will have hopefully I'll have the pre-save link in this description. I should have the pre-save link by then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it.
You get that to me. Awesome. So other than the new single, what else is exciting happening as we are heading into the fall here?
I got some awesome shows coming up, some fall festivals. It's super fun. One here in Winnipeg where there's bowling, there's delicious food, there's drinks, Shirley Temples because I don't drink, and music. I want to go through, I just started dating a friend of mine of 22 years, but I want to go through all the seasons before making any really big decisions. But yeah, there's lots of like, oh, I got co-writes booked. Oh my God, I got a co-write booked with like a really amazing folk singer songwriter that I met at a festival in Kenora that I'm writing about. In Canada, I hear there was a lot of mills that closed down, like our paper mills. And my
Mhm.
uncle lost his job when he was like 46, and it was like devastating for him.
Mhm.
So I want to write like I want to tell the story of these men and these families that lost their livelihoods, and like I'm super pumped for it. It's going to be so good. But I got some kick butt co-writes. Like there's so much on the horizon right now. It's beautiful.
Wonderful. I'm excited by that too. As someone who's lost had family members that have lost their positions and from the steel mills of
Mhm.
Pennsylvania area, I totally, yeah. If you've never been in that kind of work where you've worked blue collar or had family members that have midlife lost the job where that was the only thing they ever knew for 20 some years and
Mhm.
have to go back out. I mean, that's kind of terrifying, I mean, most of us are at our age range, especially in the millennial areas and Gen Zs and stuff, we've kind of gone that route of looking outside of there's more than one job. We can have more than one. We can do more than one thing with our lives. We don't, but sometimes, yeah, it can be very scary to just be gone with the only job you've ever known your whole life. And
And typically in those positions, they're kind of like a gravy train. Like as an unskilled worker, you'll never make that kind of money.
yeah,
Other than like you'll never make that kind of money again, and you've had that lifestyle. So yeah, I'm sorry for your families. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch them suffer.
absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well, I am so looking forward to everything you have coming out, especially Gasoline. And I promise I will not blush at the video. I will empower the sexiness. And
Take it, girl. practice some of my dance moves and then send me a video of it.
Oh yeah, this is like how not to TikTok, right? Yeah, that's gonna be my thing. You know, I thought I was gonna create a podcast once upon a time on how not to podcast. Now it's gonna be how not to dance on TikTok, right? You have flip flops with shorts and a button down, right? Because that's how I roll here in Florida. You know?
Woo! Get it, girl.
Oh, it's been a pleasure having you on, Brandi. Always love chatting with you.
Nice to see you. Wonderful to see you. And thanks for all the love.
Absolutely. And you're welcome back anytime, as we always say.
Woo!
Thank you, friends, for joining us for another episode. Don't forget to click all the pre-saved links and check out the newest song. Talk to y'all later. If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.